Mark Zuckerberg's Threads has already overtaken Elon Musk's X in terms of number of active daily users. Furthermore, it only took 295 days to do so. Not even a year has Threads been live, and already Elon Musk is on the back foot to Threads. So what's happened? This news shocked me because, first of all, I'm not really a fan of Threads. I don't think it's that good, but we'll go on to that later in the video. But the most important thing to remember is numbers don't lie. So let's jump into those numbers to understand how Threads managed to beat X in terms of daily active users. So far in April, Threads has averaged an estimated 28 million daily active users, those who have opened the app at least once in a 24-hour period. That is roughly a 55% increase in daily active users from December until April, which is huge growth for a new social media platform. And then we look at the numbers from the users of X, which don't look nearly as good considering how long this platform has been around. X has averaged 22 million daily active users this month so far, so that's 21% lower than Threads' average. Daily active user levels on X have been pretty flat since December, giving a good number of months for Threads to catch up and indeed overtake X in terms of daily active users. Now, before I go into the reasons why this has happened, it's important to note that X is still a much bigger social media platform than Threads. Don't be under any illusion that that's the case, because even though this is a massive victory for Threads in terms of people engaged with their social media platforms on a daily basis, it's still important to note that actually X is significantly bigger when you look at the monthly active users on each platform. Threads averages about 150 million active monthly users, whereas X averages around 500 million active users on a monthly basis. So that is a big difference between the two platforms, but let's get into it. Why has Threads caught up with X? First of all, Mark Zuckerberg is smart. He used the base of Instagram, which is a very popular social media network, to enroll people into Threads with basically a few clicks. You could transfer your profile from Instagram over to Threads in seconds, and that basically builds up the number of people using Threads. Furthermore, if you don't have a Threads account right now, you're always reminded you can create one, because in the menus of Instagram, you can go over to Threads and create an account at any time, and there is a notification to do this all the time sitting on the Instagram interface. A very easy way to transfer users from one successful platform over to a new platform. Now, you might think I'm going to reel off a big list of things that Mark Zuckerberg got right when it comes to the growth of Threads, but you would be absolutely wrong, because the thing I just mentioned about Instagram enrollment to create a Threads account is basically it, because I don't think the Threads app is that good. This is more an Elon Musk defeat or a loss from Elon Musk, more so than a Mark Zuckerberg gain, and here's why. Elon Musk has made so many poor commercial decisions when it comes to X. First of all, enrolling people to pay for verification, that causes trouble and also builds distrust. There are so many brands that have been screwed over by this with fake profiles, and of course, paying for clout just leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. People don't actually like the fact you can pay for verification to get that blue check mark. In addition, he made the decision to remove headlines from hyperlinks, meaning people can't actually see what the content of a link posted on X is going to be, meaning it's very open to spamming. People can create the most spammy content in the world, but because the headline is hidden, you can disguise that spamminess within that tweet or that tweet ad unit, and that is a big problem for building trust. People do not like this. They don't like to be duped by clicking onto spam, and it encourages the use of additional spam because it's easier to fool more people, meaning scammers and spam artists love it and users hate it. And finally, this might be the worst decision he's made, but many people don't even consider this, and that is the fact that he now made it mandatory for people to view content on X that they have to be logged into the system, meaning that people are going to find it harder to discover content from outside of the platform, meaning that he has basically killed off the pipeline of people discovering X and wanting to create an account to view content. Now, of course, you have to create an account in order to view the content, so I'm guessing his thought process was that you have to create an account, therefore I'm going to grow my user base. But most people just can't be bothered, so instead of viewing the content they wanted to see, they just leave and go elsewhere across the web, which is a big problem. But that's not the only issue that this created. The bigger problem is that Google can't actually crawl and index the content on X because it's behind that login wall, meaning Google can't index it, meaning that it can't rank on Google, meaning millions and millions of pieces of content can't actually be seen from Google because X has put that wall in place, meaning that they can't actually grow their pipeline for people coming into their platform from outside sources effectively. From the looks of it, at the time they did this, 180 million tweets were de-indexed from Google, which is a huge amount of content, a huge amount of traffic that X could have had on the long term. Now, of course, less users finding content means yes, less users seeing ads, which means there's less opportunities to serve ad impressions, so therefore that's going to impact their ad revenues as well. All majorly poor decisions from Elon Musk. In fact, these decisions were so poor that Threads didn't actually have to be that good, and I'm going to say it again, Threads is not that good. It only got a trending tab in March of 2024. It's only recently got that just in the US only. There is no trending for the UK, for Europe, for any other geographies across the world with access to Threads that gets to see what's trending. Trending starts conversations, it gets people going, it makes people understand what people are talking about, it builds the community for these social networks. It's a fundamental part of why X works so well, or at least it did. And for Threads not to have that after this long of launching, it's a problem. It means that the engagement on the platform is not as good. The quality of suggested content is not that good either. It's not done a very good job of suggesting content effectively to users. I go through Threads all the time as a check to kind of see how well it's working, and the content I'm suggested is either repetitive from the very best people in the fields I follow. So in the digital marketing space, I always see Neil Patel over and over again, or maybe he's just the only one posting on there, I don't know. But ultimately, the content quality is not as good as X. I get suggested way more content on X that's different, though there are their own problems with the content X suggests to me quite often. We'll go into that in a different video. But Threads' engagement and the feel of the platform itself is all pretty poor. So for that to be the case, and for Threads to still be beating X, it means that Elon Musk has fumbled massively. It's his fault, it's his problem, and he needs to fix it. But what do you think? Are you a user of Threads? Do you enjoy using it? Are you a user of X, and do you enjoy using that platform? I used to use X quite frequently. I don't really use it that much anymore, but let me know in the comments if you use either of these platforms and which one you prefer. I reply to all comments on all of my new videos. Like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.